Okay, so I think we just got to the B side, like you said. That we're on song number 5. So far 9 songs. Of course, there friggin' are. I just caught that. Yo, People-Vultures was nuts. I actually, the way it ended and made you think it was gonna kind of transition to the way it did at the end of People-Vultures, but then it went into Mr. Beat and started off the way it ended in People-Vultures, but then transitioned into something totally entirely different again from there. So we're gonna I want to go back into the end of it again, the way I've been doing, just to kind of give you a vibe for how that happened. But like the way my ears caught that was like nuts. Mr. B. Hang on. So People-Vultures, because it sounded like it could have gone a couple of different directions there. Listen. This part right here. And now it sounds, jeez, and then it, yeah, we break it again. Ooh, kind of heartbeaty. Once I missed a beat. You know what's interesting about the way this sounds is like the way the snare sounds, the way the guitar sounds. It sounds like it would be something that you might hear on like pop radio or something. But what makes that stop almost immediately is that like after that 4th beat, it goes like the timing totally breaks it. So it leads you to think it's going to be something it's entirely not, while sounding reminiscent like something it isn't. It's super, yeah, very Doorsy. I would agree to that. The organ on this song is sick. Well, let's see. I would like to make a confession. I see we're typing about time signatures quite a bit throughout the songs. I know I made comments on the songs. My brain has simply stopped trying to count them out because they keep changing even when I think, yep, I know that part of a transition, of a breakdown. Whoa, Trestus is raiding with the party of 71. What is up, Raiders? You walked in right smack dab in the middle of a full live album reaction to Nonagon Infinity by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. What is up, chat? Make our new friends feel at home. We're gonna get back into Mr. Beat, guys. I love you. Yo, Trestus, from me to you, man. Seriously, thank you so much. From me to you, man. Bang. Rooskies, make our new friends feel at home and give a shout out to Trestus. Bang. This music is unbelievable. This is so mind-blowing. This is some of the hardest music in the world to play. Guys, if you didn't know, we are reacting to Nonagon Infinity by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, which is a concept album that is completely blowing my mind right now. Literally, my brain is melting because I'm hearing noises that feel like they would be impossible to play in a band. And yeah, when he sings, he missed a beat. Like, he's actually singing in the goofiest time signature I have ever actually seen. But yes, I need everybody to know, while just in the middle of this song called Mr. Beat, that you are awesome, you are valuable, you are important, you matter, you're deserving of love, and I'm abundantly grateful for a moment of your time. If you like what you see, feel free to hit the like and the subscribe button. It goes a long way to help me out. And feel free to join the Rooskies. I put videos out on YouTube. This will end up being one of them, and feel free to hang out as we listen to Nonagon Infinity. Guys, I love you. Welcome to the Rooskies. And here we go. Actually, this guitar sound here is maybe one of my favorite noises I've heard since this real kind of soft strumming and up picking. It's got like a fuzzy sound, kind of sounds detuned a few cents to me, but like it's super cool. I'm going to stop it there because that kind of sounded a little Steve Miller Band ending. I can definitely see the psychedelic here. Ready to get that heartbeat back up? Yes, I absolutely am. We're going to go into the beginning of this. I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to let the transition play through. Mr. Beat, I actually think, was one of my favorite ones. It kind of had like a little bit of like a sock hop met like a skip machine with musicians that were qualified enough to play it as if it were intended that way, and I kind of loved it. Once I missed a beat, I only missed a beat, and yeah, like the way it matched it, like it's ridiculously good. This is like genius music, like as in geniuses made it for people to pick apart and discuss. Like scholars will discuss this one day. Like scholars will discuss this one day. Ooh. this I think might have overtaken my favorite from so far within the album already. The energy to this is gnarly. I love the evil death row part, like evil death row, like the huge energy here. This has been such a fucking good song. You know what I will say? This actually kind of makes songs like Dragon and Gila Monster make more sense to me. Like hearing how, because those songs are very like metal sounding, right? But the time signatures like throw your brain off. When I hear this 100% makes some of the other works I've heard make more sense to me. Hearing it in an album context with this crazy amount of over the top and amazing editing, like, or mixing and mastering, not editing. I won't say editing, but like, yeah, just hearing this and what they're capable of, more than just musicians. Like my brain has not had a moment of a break, and I literally want to listen to this 10 times over and over, and I've not even finished the album. I'm actually this juiced on this album. It's really good. And that fucking noise. I can't even make it in here trying to do it quietly. Oh, yeah, that one. I love it. This is like Pink Floyd meets like thrash, like influence. Like this has been my favorite instrumental I think I've heard. Maybe. But I've definitely written this down. I'm halfway through the song. I've definitely written it down as my favorite so far. that's an analog delay pedal that's either like being adjusted with the timing on the knobs as the sound is going through it, I think. And I think that's why it's making kind of the spaceshipy noises. But he might be using a delay pedal on a synth or just an analog synth. I'm not sure. That could be a great many noises. I just want to comment on this lyricism too. You distort the notion of the place, the universe's other face. The speed of light has slowed a pace, the universe's other face. What is it? That is epic poetry. It is that is amazing. So happy right now. This is so good. I keep hearing sounds that make me go, ooh. Three, four, five, six, two. We're in the process of changing a time signature too. Ooh. This is yes. This is my favorite. Yes. The drums transitioned here. The drums brought us into the next song. A drum roll. He literally did a drum roll and we were into the next song. Holy cats. That... Okay, just so you know, Evil Death Row is my favorite song from this album so far. It might be my favorite Giz song. Right now, Iron Lung is my favorite Giz song for shizzle, but holy cats, Evil Death Row, and the way it transitioned into whatever this song is, Invisible Face. I am frothing right now. I've not been able to sit still for so many of these songs. Like, I feel like I just watched Cops. This is such good music. I think I'm almost to the point where I can eat my gummy bears again. But yeah, this one's Invisible Face, and Let's go. This was a shout out to another song. Can somebody tell me which where? Because I commented on this earlier. The universe's other face. Was that just the song I? Was that just the thing I read that was really deep? Forgive me. I'm okay. Giz fans like fish, don't they? Like the Phish. This feels like Pink Floyd met Steve Miller Band, met like Iron Maiden at some points, like met Rush. Like this has so many different like backings, met like harmonica blues. Like this is nuts. I like this. Yeah, it's because this is way better than Fish, but yeah, this like there's some parts of it that remind me of it, and a lot of it's the time signature stuff. This sounds heartbeaty, but like off. I feel like this song is touching me. It's like jazzy and swirly and favorite instrumental right now. Oh my god. Okay, I took a note there to write Invisible Face had my favorite instrumental, because that was just it. But the transition from that crazy dope jazzy thing this again, this has been such a juggernaut to pick apart, but like this has been my favorite part of the album. So the transition into wah-wah is pretty friggin' dope. I really want to also comment that I think it's amazing that they're saying wah, 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 wah while they're using their wah pedals. they have this beautiful sense of like not only being self-referential but also kind of being tongue-in-cheek with their music, which I really love. It presents this both ridiculously formal approach to their music while also being ridiculously informal and playful with their lyricism. It's literally like it's galaxy brain level. Like it's music that's meta, that almost feels trolly but isn't. It's what it's because it's not trolly, like because you fucking do it right. Like if okay, you think we're a fucking troll band, like okay, here's a guitar. I'm like, it's really kind of fucking with me because, like, again, as a musician, I've spent a lot of time listening to a lot of stuff, but this album is there's no way, while I can react to it one time, like there's going to be so many things I miss in this, and I'm going to feel totally morally amiss for missing things. But like I hope what's not being missed is how impressed I am, because I want to say that this is one of the coolest album first impressions I've ever had. I can't think of an album that hit me this hard on like a first impression where I am pausing every song and I've not heard a bad one yet. You know what I mean? Like sometimes like you kind of just let one play through, but like I'm flabbergasted. This is again, my brain is full of fuck. This is crazy. This is really good. The harmonica. What I'm hearing right now, I don't know what this noise is. It almost sounds like a bagpipe kind of, but like just the high pitched part of a bagpipe. This is again, I'm trying to pick it out, but it's such a specific noise to find. So there's a lot of noises in this instrumental that there's a lot of noise in this instrumental that I'm really having trouble with. escape my dealings. I will make you cry. I'm the chieftain of your feelings. I'm the god of the air. This, oh my god, they're fucking genius. It feels like we're getting into a metal song. Ooh, this is also the last song. What a fucking journey it's been so far. Okay, so we're gonna let it go through. I have some pretty big thoughts so far, but guys, this has actually been one of my like, as far as first impressions of like giving an artist an album a shot. I am so glad you picked this one. It's had elements of literally all of the parts of rock and roll that I like, while being mind-bending, having me hear something I've not jumped into, like listening much to microtonal music. Like this is a different role. This is a whole different world for me. Like this is moving. Like I feel like this is a work of art. Like these aren't musicians, these are craftsmen. Anyway, this is Road Train. It sounds like that's a chainsaw almost, like whatever I'm hearing. And apparently this is the first Giz metal song. Well, Giz, I first fell in love with via metal. So actually, I guess it was folk, but then I heard metal and I was like, what? They do this too? So yeah. Okay, I think this one might be becoming my favorite song of the album. This is such a cool sound to it. It's like got almost like a fucking robotic western vibe to it. Meets metal. Road Train.
Racing down the lane with boiling fire rain. Road train. Voices hear the pressure power. Keep on chugging hour by hour. One man is at the wheel. He's the dog who's shaking his heel.
The way that this guitar riff is just chugging, right? Like the way it really gives you kind of like a road train, like whatever a road train is, it kind of gives you that vibe, like either a train or chugging along on like a motorcycle. Like I agree with the comments or with the chat, like this is a very Mad Maxy kind of thing. Like this is super like motor spirit. Yeah, like what this is again, this might be one of my favorite, like this I don't know, evil
The place from the fire into the sea.
Ooh.
Nonagon Infinity opens the door. Nonagon Infinity opens the door. Wait for the answer to open the door. Nonagon Infinity.
We have now made it through the album Nonagon Infinity. Now, here's the thing here. This was one of the absolute best friggin' albums I have maybe ever heard. I'm not saying this lightly. I'm saying this as a guy who has listened to Rush Hemispheres. You know, I am saying this as a guy that has listened to the Midnight Organ Fight. While those are totally different kinds of albums, I'm saying this is a guy that has listened to Wish You Were Here. Now, I have a pretty gnarly list of favorite albums. I have a pretty gnarly list of favorite musicians and favorite bands. But I don't know that I ever had just like the amount of my brain is full of fuck from any album that I've had from this one. I thought Pink Floyd was kind of crazy hearing some of the, and they are, what they did is a work of art, and I imagine largely that without that kind of music, what they would, you know, I think that they were walking so these guys could run, you know what I mean? And like I'm gonna listen to this on repeat for a little while. I am 100% gonna gather a lot of thoughts on this. My big first impressions were, my favorite song on this I wrote down was Evil Death Row. Before that, it was actually Gamma Knife. I thought Gamma Knife was lit. Now, my favorite instrumental was actually in it was in Invisible Face, the little jazzy instrumental in Invisible Face. Wah Wah is amazing, and I wrote that I really loved like the tension of Wah Wah, while also it being very like referential of what it was doing. I'm literally I'm actually moved. I think it's fair for me to say that. Like, I'm actually moved. I'd actually genuinely considered maybe doing other reactions after this, but no fucking way. I'm actually gonna do a think on this whole thing. Oh, and so like, again, I'm gonna continue to develop my thoughts, because there were so many sounds in there that I heard that I didn't comment on, because I'm like, you fucker, you just paused it. Like, why didn't you pause it a second later so you could talk about that sound first? Yeah, so I'm gonna put out another poll to decide what we end up listening to next. My initial thoughts on this, again, were fantastic. Guys, thank you so much for being here for this juggernaut of a thing. Thank you for the positivity you show both to me, to one another. Thank you for the excitement of this album thing. If you guys like what you saw, feel free to hit the like and the subscribe button. It goes a long way to help me out. If you really like what you saw, join us on Twitch. Literally, this was maybe the most fun thing I have ever actually done on Twitch, just so you guys know. Sitting down, listening to an album with people that were willing to talk to me about the album has actually been the most fun thing I've ever done on Twitch. It was a whole vibe, and you guys made it fun. So guys, thank you so much for everything. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. It means the world. Comment what you think I should react to as far as the next full album listen. I'll also put a poll out there as I kind of collect the most suggested ones. But guys, be the best until I see you next. Bye.